thrilled to welcome back to Studio B, to BYU TV, and to BYU football on that staff, Jan Jorgensen, the sack machine, the Janimal, back as a defensive football analyst. You're back on staff, man. We couldn't be more thrilled about it. Welcome back.
I'm excited to be here. It's the road getting back it's been fun. It's been a cool journey, but I'm definitely very happy to be back here.
So people recognize you from your playing days, and they know your prowess, your sack prowess, and the great contributions you made in the field. But a lot of folks aren't familiar with the path that brought you, because you actually started as a high school football coach, and then were here as a GA. So take people from starting as a high school coach when you get out of here to where you're back here now. I think they'd be interested in that journey.
Yeah, so when I got done, I did a number of different things, and I did some work for you guys here.
I was going to say, including working for BYU TV,
including sitting in one of these and doing some work on TV. And they told me I was too ugly to be on TV, so I left.
That's not true, people.
How would I make it with this nose?
This handsome man? Are you kidding me?
So this isn't true.
So I did that. I was fighting. I was doing MMA. I was kind of pursuing a professional career there. And when I got done playing, I had two dreams. One was to make it to the UFC. The other one was to coach college football. And it came to a point where I had to choose. I wouldn't be able to do both. So I decided to get into coaching, and I took a head job at my old high school at Carbon High and coached there for a year. And
Go Dinos.
Go Dinos.
Right.
And there it just became very apparent that I wanted to coach at a high level. And so left there, was a GA under Bronco and his staff in 15, and then Kalani's staff came in at 16 and stayed with them in 16 and 17. And I left, and I was defensive coordinator at Orange Coast College, junior college out in California, for a year. And then from there have been at Snow for the last 3 years as a defensive coordinator, and then got the opportunity to come here.
Wow. When did the opportunity to come back to BYU pop up on the radar?
So I had some opportunities other places that were kind of popping up and getting my name, in the mix for different jobs. And so when that was happening, I knew that, BYU was a place that I would love to be if I were going to move up and take a I don't want to say a better job, but like a bigger job, I guess you could say. And so I, called up Elisa and just kind of told him, like, hey, I'm kind of in the mix with these, but I'd love to be with you guys. And so that got the ball rolling, and then it just kind of, kept going and slowly gained more momentum, and then, I ended up here.
And this is perfect timing, right, Jan? As these things are falling into place for you, BYU's expanding what they're doing as they move into the Big 12. First of all, P5 program that hopefully comes with P5 pay for everybody eventually, right? But more positions. And you come into a senior analyst position now that's one that's added onto the program. Talk to us about what a senior analyst does. What does an analyst do? What's their role, and what can you do, what can't you do as an analyst?
So we analyze numbers. No, I'm just joking.
That's what Spencer does. Spencer's an analyst then.
It can mean anything, to be honest with you. It's kind of become a job title that is normal in college football, but it really is whatever the staff wants you to do.
You could be calling plays if you were an analyst at Alabama, like Steve Sarkisian, right?
Could be, yes.
Wait,
I don't think
are they paying you $750,000 like Steve Sarkisian got to be an analyst?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think you're supposed to do that either. But whatever, that's a discussion for another day.
Like Jan knows that behind the scenes, there's new rules about analysts.
Yep.
And everybody behind the scenes calls them the Steve Sarkisian rules, because what Bama did, they hired him and he basically was calling the plays. And they said that's a little bit of a reach for what we thought that job should be.
Yeah.
And so now there's kind of some guidelines around it, but there is talk about loosening that up on the NCAA level and letting the analysts do more. So that job's going to morph as they go into the Big 12.
Sure.
I'm certain you're going to be involved in a big way on the defensive side of the ball as a defensive analyst. What contributions do you feel like you can bring and help this defense with? Because we all believe defense is a place where they can make some strides this season. Where do you fit into that?
You know, that's also a really good question, and I feel like I can fit in a number of places. It just is where they decide to use me. You know, I just from my playing career, playing defensive line, playing defensive end, and I feel like I could, you know, go and help in terms of technique and talking pass rush and just things like that. I also have been working with linebackers for the last 4 years, you know, or actually longer than the last 4 years, ever since I started here. So it's been 7 years. So I could, you know, help out there. So it just kind of depends. I feel like I've, you know, gained enough knowledge and gained enough respect that I could help at a number of positions and hopefully, you know, just make these guys better.
Where did you grow the most in your journeys through all of these different coaching ventures? Man. From day one of being, you know, a high school coach and then a grad assistant to where you are now, where have you grown the most as a coach?
So when you leave and you go, you do your graduate assistant thing, and you're kind of like, in a lot of ways, you're an intern. You do get to do some coaching, and you do get to do things as a coach, but you really spend your time really just learning the game of football. And everybody thinks that they know football, but when you get into it, you really learn it at a very deep level. And so after doing that and then just going out and doing it on my own as a coordinator, you go from, you know, to being a GA to like having my full side of the ball. And I'm the one putting everything together strategically. I'm having to manage my staff. I'm having to manage the kids. So I grew a lot in these last 4 years being away, having to just do things on my own, you know, and being a coach, the different positions that I've coached, and be able to just have the pressure of making your own decisions and having everything be on your shoulders. So over these last 4 years, I've grown a ton as a coach, and I don't think there's any other way to do it. You just got to get out and you got to get your feet wet and you gotta go and coach. And I've really enjoyed the process, and looking from where I was when I first left to where I am now it's huge difference.
So what I'm gathering from that is your ability to tap dance in the moment and adjust on the fly and understand there's no other way to do it. You have to do it.
Great tap dancer. Great tap dancer.
Let's go.
Do you have, Jan, has there been a coach or two along the way that you look to as a mentor that you're like, oh man, as I get opportunities, I want to do it that way, or somebody that you pick their brain to help you? I
try to do that a lot. Any chance I get to talk, coaches probably get bugged by me, because whenever I get a chance to talk to a coach that I feel like I can learn something from, I'm wanting to pick their brain and I'm wanting to really learn from them. And I mean, the guys here have been awesome. That I worked with this whole defensive staff before, so I've stayed in good contact with all of them. They've been great. And then the other staff, I mean, a couple of my good friends, and Kelly Papinga, he's a guy I talk to a lot and bounce ideas off of. Shane Hunter, just those guys that I've gained those relationships from. But you kind of learn what I really learned when I first went out to be a coordinator. You know, you try to, I guess, model yourself after certain people and guys that you've played for or coached for and who had success. And I learned real fast that I just had to be me, right? Like, I had my own personality, my own way of coaching, my own way of doing things. And for me to believe in what I was doing, I just had to be me. And so, yeah, there's guys I bounce ideas and learn from, and, you know, strategically. And, but in terms of where I'm at, you know, I wouldn't say I've modeled myself after anybody. I'm just Jan.
Former BYU football defensive lineman, standout, sack master. I mean, we'll call you whatever you want. Right now, you're a defensive analyst. Jan, you tell us what you want us to call you. We'll call you that.
You call me whatever you want to call me. I don't really care.
Outstanding tap dancer.
We'll call you coach. So I know you haven't been here long yet, Jan, but you've watched this program, and now you've had a chance to look at film and do some things. Where can this team improve from last year?
Yeah, I think that they. If we're talking, I mean, defense is where I'm at, so I'll stick to that. But I think that there's a lot of areas that they can improve. I know that we've brought in some some really good guys in the secondary. I think you're going to see us be a little bit more aggressive in the secondary and be able to do some things there because of the skill that we have. And I think the linebacker core is really, really good. I think that there's a lot of experience on the D line, which is awesome. And I think with that experience and those guys, just another year and doing it, that they're going to get better in all facets and everywhere. And I heard you guys talking about third down and fourth down as you were going to break, and I think that's huge. I think we have to get better there. To me, as a coordinator, when I was coordinating at Snow and everything, the third down was the most important down. I know you have 1 through 4, but the most important one is third. And so you got to get off the field. You got to get your offense back on the field because that's who scores your points. And so I feel like that is definitely an area that will improve.
Certainly. And BYU had some long, sustained drives put up against them, especially in those losses. And Blaine and I were talking earlier. I feel strongly like you stop the run, you're going to help your team get off the field. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it needs to be a drastic change in terms of a season average. We're talking like BYU was 75th in stopping the run last year. They'd be a top 40 team in stopping the run. I think that would make a huge difference. And so, I mean, what's the key there? Like, how do you get better other than just having healthy guys and more depth up front to stopping the run?
Yeah, so it's a really good question. It's number one, it's your commitment to it, which I know that this defensive staff has a huge commitment to stopping the run. Just the whole design of the defense is designed around stopping the run. So it's there. I think the injuries played a huge part of it last year. You mentioned the Baylor game. That's where it really kind of became big, and that's when the defense started to be depleted. And I think that it'll help because we're getting depth moving to the Big 12. You're getting depth in everywhere. So if you have guys go down, you're going to have guys who are almost as good, going in there where you're not going to have as big a drop off. So that'll be big. And then, I mean, it's just playing an assignment, physical football, right? Stopping the run. You've got to, up front, you have to be physical. You've got to not get driven back. You have to control offensive linemen up front. And then linebackers have to, know what their gaps are and be able to come downhill and make tackles. It sounds very simple, and it is very simple when you're talking about it, but actually doing it is a little bit different. And like I said, these guys are, they have the experience. They're going to be better just based off that. They're having healthy off seasons, which is really good. So they're going to get bigger and stronger, and you're going to see a big difference.
And they got to stay healthy. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've talked about this, Jan. I don't care if you're Oklahoma or Ohio State and who you're. You lose the equivalent of Keenan Peely, Peyton Wilgard, Chaz Ayu, Max Tooley, and have batting nicked up. Mm-hmm. Off of anybody's defense, they're going to drop, especially playing Baylor, and they pushed a lot of people around. So healthy guys with an attitude, I love it. So but before we let you go, we got to ask you, because I know you watched this.
I was there.
Oh, you were at it. So can you take Andrew Mickelson in there? You could take Andrew, right? You would just knock him out so fast he wouldn't know what happened?
There's a reason that there's weight classes. I'll just say that. But Andrew looked awesome. I was very impressed by what he did. With it being his fourth amateur fight.
It's his fourth fight, right?
Yeah, his
amazing,
fourth amateur
right?
fight, and he looked calm, and he went out there and executed. He was quick, and his hands looked really sharp. I was extremely impressed.
Yeah, he was good. Kicker's got to kick, right, baby?
Yeah, for what it's worth, Jan looks like he could step into the octagon right now. He can step in
right now, no problem.
Yes, and kicker's got to kick.
Kicker's got to kick, and Andrew kicked the heck out of that guy. So.
Jan, great to have you back, man.
Thanks for coming on.
We'll have you sign our Sailor Kook flag on your way out, man. We need your signature because you're back.
Of course.
Yep. We appreciate it.